Have you ever wished yourself into a fairy tale land? An earth similar to our own in its beauty and wonder, but speckled and filled with magic and possibility. That's where I found myself middle of autumn, when I finally got to check off something that's been on my bucket list for a long, long time. I've lived in New Zealand my whole life and never been to Hobbiton. And in the middle of autumn, we found ourselves making dreams a reality by taking a walk through the Shire. I was so in awe of the attention to detail. You truly felt like you were immersed into Middle Earth, into the Shire. Peeking through the windows of the Hobbit holes, you could see little details so intricately placed. It really helped to build this world around you where I genuinely felt myself a little hobbit living in Hobbiton. Not only can you walk around the Shire, when music is playing and you feel yourself surrounded by wildflowers, but you can actually enter into the Hobbit holes. And when I tell you that this Hobbit hole was literally a Pinterest board of my future home brought to life, it gave me so much joy. The only sad thing was that eventually we had to leave. I feel like I could have lived in that little hobbit hole for the rest of my life and been so content. At the end of the tour, you go into the ale house where you can have a drink of cider or beer or even some treats and pastries. This was such a magical experience. Over the years, I have come to map spring as being the stormiest time of the year. You would usually assume that it would be in winter, but in spring, when the weather starts to warm up, but there are still these big tropical rain clouds coming in, it can create the most amazing storms. This morning in particular was super rainy and drizzly outside, and I was gifted with the luxury of a slow morning.
I've wondered what I should do. Would you tell me if you knew?
I'm really sad. My teacup was next to my bed. I was clutching for my phone and I pushed it off the edge and she smashed. She was my favorite. If anyone knows where I can get another tall blooms and shrooms E2 mug, let me know, because I feel like there is a part of my soul that is now missing.
I should say it always feels like a mistake.
It really is true that one of life's greatest luxuries is a slow morning and deeper breaths. I think in today's world it's easy to equate luxury with things that we possess or gain, but the most luxurious things I've found for me is when I really simplify and come back to the most basic and fundamental aspect of my being, to just come into some deeper breaths, to sit with myself, to allow myself to move slowly and to drop into quietness. These feel like the most luxurious things to me. And I find it so interesting that I've come to this notion in my 30th round of rotations around the sun, because when I was younger, I really did used to think that in order for me to feel validated or to feel accepted or worthy, that I had to have some sort of notoriety or fame or wealth to prove myself. And now I honestly am so grateful for a simple and quiet life. And sometimes I feel like maybe my life is a little bit boring, but I honestly wouldn't really want it any other way. I really love just living so simply and so quietly, and I think it's one of the things that I feel most blessed to have at this point of my life. We recently went out and bought a Nutribullet again. I've been a few months without a blender and I really don't crave breakfast unless it's a smoothie. Every now and then I'll crave like granola. I tend to lean towards a lighter and maybe more, I guess, considered sweeter breakfast. I don't like it too sweet though, which is why I love having smoothies. But since not having a blender, I haven't really been able to make them. And since we got this, I've just been making smoothies nonstop, breakfast and lunch. Usually I'll make one as well when I go in to teach, because a lot of the time I won't have a lot of time between classes in the morning to go get some food. And so to have a smoothie on hand is really good because then I can teach between hours of 8:30 to sometimes 12, and I've got that smoothie to kind of sustain me in the morning until I grab something more substantial for lunch. Good morning. I feel like today is like the best my skin has looked in such a long time, and not just looked but also just feels really nice. So hydrated and bouncy, just like with nothing on it. I truly just put it down to the skin treatments that I've been getting with Chelsea for the last 2 months. I've been going to see her once every 4 weeks, once every month, and just doing a form of skin treatment. And the time in between, I just have a really simple and basic skincare routine. I just thought I'd share like my updated routine, but I really do feel like most of the heavy lifting is done by Chelsea when I go in and do these skin treatments with her once a month. So I just have a really, really gentle gel cleanser. It's the same Glow Lab one that I've used for like years. I just find it's like really gentle. It doesn't irritate. I was using another one recently that had some form of like salicylic acid in it, and my skin just like absolutely freaked out about it. I think I was just overusing it. Something that I've learned through meeting with Chelsea and talking with her is actually that my skin barrier really does not like to be penetrated a lot with like retinols and these like more heavy acids. My skin can only really handle it maybe once a week or maybe once every 10 days. Only do a retinol treatment once a week, sometimes even longer. It's just based on when I feel like my skin barrier can handle it. And then I just use a really simple gel cleanser in the evening. I just do a double cleanse at night, and then in the mornings I use this Biology vitamin C serum. It has no fillers in it. It's just like pure vitamin C with like a little bit of preservative. It smells really good. It goes in really well. My skin just drinks it. I'm really stoked with that because I feel like some vitamin C serums are honestly just filled with like mostly preservatives and filler. Don't actually have a lot of vitamin C in them. They're like $150 and it's just kind of ridiculous. Still using old trusty Glow Lab moisturizer. I use the moisturizer morning and night. It's not super heavy, but it's really moisturizing, and I feel like I can just pop this on and be good to go for the whole day. You know, I'm quite mindful when it comes to like my body and being able to like listen to its cues. If I'm over exercising or under eating, or if I eat something and it doesn't sit well, and I make adjustments, and I can, you know, like be mindful about like how my body is responding to certain things and listening to it. For some reason, when it came to my skin, it's like that went completely out the window, and Chelsea has just like really reminded me that like your skin is always talking to you. Something actually that I've been using recently that I did not expect to love has been this Bokashi face oil. I have like avoided oils because I get quite greasy hair. It just lingers on my face for too long, and it usually ends up getting in my hair, and then I have to wash my hair like every single night. But this Bokashi face oil is like so lightweight for an oil. My skin just drinks it up. The smell of it is amazing, and it just feels so good on my skin. They sponsored us for our day retreat that we did recently, and they added to the goodie bag, and me and Phoebe got some as well, and I have legitimately been absolutely loving this face oil. I've got like a little roller ball that it comes with as well, and sometimes I just use it as like a perfume because it smells so good, and also as like massage oil for shavasana massages when I'm teaching. Super like hydrated. My skin barrier just feels like really protected and nourished, and it just yeah, I've been actually really loving it, which I was surprised with because I would not expect myself to enjoy a face oil, but there you go. The final
key to this process, and I'm actually not going to put it on today because it's pretty cloudy outside, so I might just like put off putting this on and just let my skin soak up this oil. Something else I've been using is this The Kind sunscreen. This is another one that I got from Chelsea. It's just a really lovely, clean SPF. It's a natural, chemical-free, preservative-free sunscreen, and it sits on my skin so nicely. I could just put this on instead of a moisturizer because it feels so moisturizing as well. Yeah, it's been really, really nice, and I feel like it's really helped to protect me from the sun, and that's one of the things that when I first sat down with Chelsea was like one of my main concerns was pigmentation, and so it's just really kind of put a pause on any more pigmentation happening. But yeah, that is the skin routine. I will put the sunscreen on if I go outside, but it's pretty cloudy today, so I feel like I don't really need to put it on while I'm just like hanging out at home. And I'm just gonna let this face oil and the serum do their wonderful things. This is it a little bit closer up. My stress acne that was around here has really gone away, and my little pigmentation spot around here. You can still see that guy, but I feel like it's just really softened. But above all else, I just feel like my skin, it has some hydration to it. The dehydration was probably one of the biggest bummers because it just made my skin feel really dry, look really dry. My skin is just feeling like a lot more hydrated, and the skin barrier is a lot happier. I feel really good in my skin. Feeling really, really happy about that. Okay, let's move on with the day.
Free flowing, sailing with the wind, not knowing how this story ends. Kind and brave, I know you'll find a way. Live your truth, and good will come to you.
Grass that is now here just came out of the garden. I've got laundry on the line as well, but if I just move all of this out of the way, I just pulled all of this grass out from there because we're going to replant wildflower seeds in this patch, and I'm pretty sure that these ones that are still here are some of the wildflowers from last season regrowing. So we're gonna keep them and see what happens. I'm pretty sure that that one is mellow. Quite certain that that one's mellow. It's the same leaves. Mellow there, mellow there. I'm not sure what this one is though. I kind of remember it, but it looks very, very different. But gotta get rid of this big patch of grass now.
Exhale, curve back from the low C curve. Try and leave the sacrum toward the floor, chin stays to chest. Shoulders one more time. Exhale from the low spine, the middle back. You're doing so great. Excellent job.
It's all you.
Nothing quite solidifies a season change quite like taking my bed sheets off, putting my blankets and duvet cover outside in the sun, and putting a fresh change of sheets on my bed in a new seasonal color. I have a few bed sheets from the company Bed Threads that I really love. They're flax linen, and they are so beautiful and feel really luxurious and really just elevate my bedroom to make it feel super cozy and like a luxurious space that I want to spend time in. And for spring, I really love gravitating towards these peachy and pink tones of my sheets and my mustard yellow duvet cover. I feel like it just livens the space up so much. It brings in the brightness, and it really makes those beautiful golden sunsets just feel so much more enriching. Thank you so much, my loves, for spending these first few weeks of spring with me. And thank you also just for your patience in my irregular uploading. I am quite chaotic in nature, and my energy really ebbs and flows. And I feel like it always is very showcased in the inconsistency of my posting here sometimes. But I appreciate you sticking around nevertheless. And I will see you very, very soon. Much love to you all, and peace.